Global War 36 enthusiast here with Operation GoldenEye, turn 10.1, Germany. It is January 1941. We already did the tech rolls, so purchases. I have 59 IPPs to spend. I'm going to upgrade one infantry to a motorized infantry for 1. That's why that guy is tipped on his side there. 1 militia for 2, that's 3. 4 cavalry for 12, that's 15. 4 advanced mechanized infantry for 16, that's 31. 2 SS Panzer Grenadiers for 8, that's 39. 2 anti-aircraft artillery for 8, that's 47. 1 strategic bomber for 12, that gets us up to 59. And then over to the side there, you can see my 1 free blue division for winning the Spanish Civil War. Combat movement. Let's rotate over here. Zoom out a bit. Okay, so I'm going to have this seaplane that's in Western Germany is going to fly to Sea Zone 14 and go on maritime air patrol. One of my viewers, I wish I could remember off the top of my head, mentioned that there's map markers from HBG, and I ordered them, so thank you for that tip. 2 infantry are going to move from East Prussia over into Lithuania. 1 fighter from Western Germany is going to fly 1, 2, 3 over to Lithuania. So it'll have 2 more movement to land, and I think it's going to land in Warsaw. If you hold on just a second, I'll tell you. Yeah, it's going to land in Warsaw, so it's going to have enough range to make that. 11 infantry, 1 artillery, 1 anti-aircraft artillery, 5 cavalry, 4 medium armor, and 2 self-propelled artillery are going to move from Warsaw into Lubelski. Take this out. Okay, so that leaves 1 infantry that's still in East Prussia. No, I'm going to change that. 1 infantry is going to move from East Prussia into Warsaw, and only 10 infantry are going to move from Warsaw into Lubelski. So I'm leaving 1 infantry there in Warsaw. That's going to be the guy that gets upgraded to a motorized infantry. That's why I'm not moving him. I think I could move him and still upgrade him, but I'm not moving him. The net effect is 11 infantry did move into Lubelski. It's just that 1 of them moved from East Prussia. 1 infantry will move from Dolnoslaski to Eastern Poland, and 1 infantry will move from Slovakia to East Poland. 1 tactical bomber is going to fly to East Poland. So 1, 2, 3, 4, it has a range of 5, it can land in Warsaw. Let me double check that that's where I want that tactical bomber. No, it's going to land in Romania. It has 1 more range. It's going to end up landing in Romania, which is right next to East Poland. Okay, 1 air transport in Romania is going to pick up 1 airborne infantry and drop it off in eastern Ukraine. And so that's up 1 for Germany. So Germany's up to 50, and the Soviets are down to, well, that is Soviet territory. Okay, so that is down to 30. Now, how do I do that with the tracking of the 46? I think I move the 9 down to the 8, and I keep them at 31. Yeah, I think that's right. Because we want to track him getting up to 46. That'll be the max that he can do with his Sleeping Bears rolls. 1 cavalry will move from Romania over here to Western Ukraine. And so that's another 1 up for Germany to 51, and the Soviets go down to 7 on their extra tracker. All right. 1 fighter and 1 medium bomber are going to fly from Romania. The fighter, medium bomber are going to fly into Kiev. There's going to be a huge amount of stuff from Romania. 14 infantry, 1 artillery, 1 anti-aircraft artillery, 4 cavalry, 4 medium armor, 3 self-propelled artillery are going to move from Romania to southern Ukraine. It's not worth anything. Don't have to change the tracker. But then I'm going to do a blitz move from southern Ukraine into Kiev with the units that can blitz. So coming off Romania are 4 medium armor, 3 self-propelled armor. I've got the fighter and the fighter and the medium bomber from Romania against 3 militia and 2 infantry. And if you remember, Madman Dan destroyed the air base, so they're out of supply right now. And then I think that is it for combat movement. So let's get the camera set up so you can see the dice rolls a little bit. Zoom in a little bit. That's pretty good. Okay. So let's do Lithuania first. I have 2 infantry attacking at 2. There's no river penalty. 2 at 2 for the infantry. Miss. And then I have 1 at 6 with the fighter. That's a miss. And he has 1 at... Lithuania is just a militia. 1 at 2. Miss. Close one though. Got a 3. All right, I've got the 2 at 2. Hit. And then I've got 1 at 6 just in case I made a mistake. Hit. And he's got 1 at 2. Hit. Okay, so 1 infantry takes Lithuania, which is worth 1. That fighter is landing in Warsaw. I know I'm doing it out of order, guys. Lithuania is taken with 1 infantry. And go. USSR goes down to 6. And Germany goes up to 52. The next one is Lubelski. Again, no penalties. It's clear terrain. So I've got 1 first strike artillery at a 3. Hit. Okay. So that militia is gone. Doesn't change any income tracking. Now we'll do East Poland. I have 2 infantry at 2. Miss. And then I've got the tactical bomber at a 7. Hit. This is a 3. You can see I did it for target selection. Not that that matters. Now he's got 1 at 4 with his defending British infantry. Hit. So I've got a little bit more costly there. That is +1 for Germany and -1 for the British. So the British dropped to 26. Germany goes up to 53. And East Poland is taken with only 1 infantry. I'm going to have that tactical bomber land in Romania. I know I'm going out of order. All right, now let's do the attack into Kiev. So in Kiev, it's an out-of-supply city. I have 3 first strike self-propelled artillery at 3. There's no river coming from southern Ukraine, clear terrain. 3 at 3. Drop one on the floor here. Miss. If I'm going to move these out of the way so that I don't accidentally convert it to a hit. You know, if I hit them and then turn them over, that wouldn't be fair. Okay, so all 3 first strikes miss. That hurts. And then I've got 4 at 6. Don't have enough of my 6 dice out. Okay, 4 of the Actually, I should do 5 at 6 because I've got a fighter there. So I've got the 4 tanks and the fighter, 5 at 6, and I got 2 hits. And then I have the 1 at 7 for the medium bomber. Okay, so a total of 3 hits, pretty average. And he has 2 or 3 at 2 for his militia. No, 3 at 1. These guys are at 1 because they're in an out of supply city. 3 militia. Miss. And then he's got the 2 infantry that are at 3 because they're out of supply. 2 at 3. And he got a hit. So I will take the self-propelled artillery. All right. Now let's do round 2. He's just down to 2 infantry because he lost 3. I'll do the, let's do the 5 at 6 with the armor and the medium, or the armored fighter. So 3 hits. And then he gets 2 at 3. Again, miss. Okay, so I take it with 4 medium armor and 2 self-propelled artillery. And the Germans go up 3 and the Soviets go down 3 for Kiev. So let's make that change on the chart. That will put Germany up to 56, tied with Japan, and it will knock the Russian extra income down to a 3. I hope I'm doing that right. I think I am. Okay, I'm going to do 1 submarine convoy raid of C-Zone 32 utilizing mine warfare on the East Atlantic line. So let's rotate this around over here so you can see what's happening. I've got this submarine that is here in C-Zone 32, and he has a destroyer that's on convoy escort duty, and I don't want to face that. I don't want to have to risk that he'll get a 1 in 3 chance, you know, roll 4 out of 12 to kill me if I try a submarine convoy raiding where I get my +2 modifier. Instead, I'm just laying mines out there when it's nice and safe, no one's around. That means that I don't get my +2 modifier. He'll get a +1 for having the escort there, but he won't get the retaliatory shot against me. So instead of being a +1 on this roll, it's going to be a -1 because he's got the destroyer on escort duty, which will decrease the effectiveness of my mines. So I roll red as the attacker, white as the defender. I'm -1 on this roll. Yeah, I don't do any damage to him. But I did at least, put some pressure on his convoy lines, which is going to take away the 2 he would have gotten. Of course, the Japanese are probably going to do that as well. All right, now we move on to non-combat movement. Let's get the camera back out here. Zoom out just a little bit so we capture everything. That 1 fighter flew from Lithuania back to Warsaw. 1 infantry. Oh, I already did this. I already changed that. 1 tactical bomber flies from East Poland back to Romania. The medium bomber and fighter fly from Kiev back to Romania. 1 cavalry is going to move from Bohemia to Romania. 2 advanced mechanized are going to move from East Germany over to Warsaw. I'm going to strategic rail move 1 airborne infantry from Berlin to Romania. So now Romania has 2 airborne infantry there. 1 advanced mechanized infantry is going to rail from Western Germany down to Romania. Placement of units. I'm going to upgrade one motorized infantry that's here in Warsaw. I'm going to turn him into a motorized. One cavalry and one anti-aircraft unit are going to get placed in Warsaw. So right now in Warsaw, I have a motorized and anti-aircraft infantry, artillery, a cavalry, two mechanized, advanced mechanized infantry, and a fighter. All right, in Romania, I'm going to put one anti-aircraft artillery and one strategic bomber. So let's review all the stuff that's in Romania. In Romania, I have one motorized infantry, one anti-aircraft artillery, one advanced mechanized infantry, one cavalry, two airborne infantry, one fighter, one tactical bomber, one medium bomber, and one air transport, and one strategic bomber. Interesting. I think I have all the units except all the air units except a seaplane and a jet there. In East Germany, I'm going to place two advanced mechanized infantry here in Eastern Germany. I'm going to put three cavalry in Bohemia. I'm going to put two SS Panzer Grenadiers in Berlin. Oh, I don't think I did my rail of the two. Oh yeah, I missed that. Back to non-combat. I have two more rail movements. One of my rails was the airborne infantry to Romania. Another one of my rails was two advanced mechanized infantry to Romania. I skipped the line where I take two SS Panzer Grenadiers and rail them to Romania. So Romania also has two SS Panzer Grenadiers. I know I reviewed what's in there, but add in two SS Panzer Grenadiers. Two advanced mechanized infantry are going to get placed in Western Germany. And then one more militia is going to get placed in Paris. My free German division is going to get placed in Germany. All right, so let's look at reviewing the disposition of my forces. I've got a submarine in Sea Zone 32. I have another submarine in Sea Zone 13. I have a seaplane that's on maritime air patrol in Sea Zone 14. In Denmark, I have a militia and an infantry. In Western Germany, I have two militia, two infantry, whoops, I messed this up, and two advanced mechanized infantry. That's Western Germany. I don't know if I mentioned the two fighters I have there as well. I have two fighters there. In Alsace, Lorraine, and Aquitaine, I have a militia and an infantry. In Paris, I have three militia, six infantry, and a fighter. In Berlin, I have a militia, an infantry, and two SS Panzer Grenadiers. In Eastern Germany, I have two advanced mechanized infantry. In Bohemia, I have three cavalry. In Warsaw, I have an infantry. That doesn't seem right. I feel like I shouldn't have an infantry in Warsaw. I wonder what I've done wrong here. I don't know if I took off this infantry that got upgraded, but I don't think I should have an infantry in Warsaw. Let me double check. Yeah, I don't think I should. I think I just have, in Warsaw, I have one cavalry, one motorized infantry, one anti-aircraft artillery, two advanced mechanized infantry, and a fighter. In East Poland, I have an infantry. In Lubelski, I have 11 infantry, an artillery, an anti-aircraft artillery, 4 cavalry, 5 cavalry, 4 medium armor, and 2 self-propelled artillery. In Lithuania, I have 1 infantry. In East Poland, I have 1 infantry. In Western Ukraine, I have 1 cavalry. In Eastern Ukraine, I have an airborne infantry. In Southern Ukraine, I have 14 infantry, 1 artillery, 1 anti-aircraft artillery, and 4 cavalry. In Romania, I think I went over everything that's in Romania. I do have that torpedo boat destroyer that is off the coast of Romania. I believe I have covered all the German units. Okay, controlled minor recruitment role. Vichy gets a recruitment role. I need a 1 or a 2. I'm going to submit to PBE. See what we generate. And we get an 8, so we fail on that. Collect income. Germany is at 56. They get 3 for Sweden and 3 for Romania. And that gets me up to 62. I still don't have wartime economy. Next up is Madman with turn 10.2 USSR. Just for the viewers, I'm going to be out of pocket. I will get the Italian turn in, but I don't think I'll be recording another turn, so 11.1 won't come out until Tuesday. I'm really sorry about that delay. Happy New Year's.